Imagine you live in a world that, on the surface, seems completely normal, but in reality, nothing is as it seems. In this world, people don't control you with shouting, threats, or open dominance. They control you with silence, with a single look, with a change in their tone, a 1-second delay in their response, a word they deliberately leave out. The most powerful manipulations are hidden in the sentences that are never spoken. And here, as the strange part, the people who influence you the most almost never give you direct orders. They just create an environment that shapes your behavior. Now, stop for a moment. I know a question is popping into your head. So, how can people influence me so much without ever saying a word? This video is here to answer exactly that. But I have to warn you, after this video ends, when someone looks at you, when they don't smile, when they stay silent, when they deliberately don't say something, you will see what's happening underneath it all. And from that, there's no going back. Silent control is built on one simple principle. Your mind is compelled to fill in the gaps. When people don't say anything, your brain automatically goes into overdrive. What did they mean by that look? Did they not like what I said? Why didn't they react? I guess I must have done something wrong. Someone who uses silent control doesn't ask you for anything. They just leave you in a state of suspense. And you, because of the very nature of the human mind, start changing yourself just to fill that void. That's where the control begins. Let's take a simple example. A look. Someone just looks at you, completely emotionless, neutral, and silent. In a matter of seconds, your brain generates 30 different possibilities. They didn't have to do a thing. Silent control is really your own self-management, triggered by their inaction. The human mind has a major weakness, and it's the approval-seeking mechanism. Evolutionarily, we are wired to depend on social approval. For thousands of years, being excluded from the group meant almost certain death. That's why your brain is still hard-coded with this formula. Approval equals safety. Rejection equals danger. And silence equals an uncertain threat. Here's why it's so effective. When someone doesn't respond to you, your brain starts to panic. This panic pushes you to do one thing. Make yourself more acceptable, more agreeable. Without speaking, without giving a single instruction, they change your behavior simply by being silent. Now we get to the most dangerous part. How do people silently influence you? I'm going to break down 5 secret techniques. First, the withheld approval. You do something really well, something you're proud of, but you get no praise. It's just a brief, telling silence. That silence sends a message straight to your brain. You need to do better, and without even realizing it, you start trying harder. You've just been controlled. Second is the strategic pause. Some people will deliberately pause for a moment before they speak. That pause puts your brain on high alert. You think something important is about to happen. They're just triggering you, putting you in a psychological state where you are primed and ready to surrender to whatever comes next. Third, the non-smile technique. The human face is like a map for your brain. When someone doesn't smile at you, your subconscious mind whispers, "I have to please them." This is why some people seem to never fully smile. It keeps you constantly trying to be nicer, to earn that smile. Fourth is the quiet departure. These people don't get into arguments. They don't get angry or raise their voice. When there's a conflict, they just silently walk away. This can tear you apart inside. Your brain desperately searches for answers, can't find any, and ultimately blames itself. And fifth, the invisible standard. They never tell you their expectations clearly, but when you make a mistake, they silently make you feel uncomfortable. This is the most lethal form of silent control. The more you try to guess what they want, the more they win. So, why is this method so much more powerful than verbal manipulation? It's because you can resist spoken words. When someone says something you don't like, it feels like an attack, and you naturally become defensive. But silence, Silence seems completely neutral, and you can't fight something that feels neutral. That's why silent control is undetectable, unblameable, unquestionable, and unchallengeable. It's a kind of invisible force for the people who use silent control the most. A profile might surprise you. They are often people who appear overly calm. They can be passive-aggressive personalities. They are masters at not showing their emotions. They have learned to consciously limit their approval, and they enjoy controlling the thoughts of those around them. These people don't speak directly, but they get a sense of power from silently controlling you. And who is most likely to fall victim to silent control? This part might hit close to home. The biggest victims are often overly empathetic people, those who are afraid of hurting others, people who are addicted to approval and terrified of rejection, those who avoid conflict at all costs. And here's the irony, even people with high emotional intelligence, because empathetic people can't help but try to decipher the signals behind the silence. And those who exert control know this and use it to their advantage. Silent control traps you in 3 major psychological prisons. First is the overthinking spiral. You constantly think, what did I do wrong? Why did they act that way? Do they hate me? Am I just exaggerating? While these thoughts are wearing you down, the other person is doing absolutely nothing. Second is self-silencing. This is probably the most painful consequence. You start to silence your own voice. You speak less. You ask for less. You react less. You become less you. Third is adapting to please. This mode is so dangerous. Over time, you unconsciously transform yourself into the person they want you to be. And that is the ultimate goal of silent control, to silently reshape your very identity. Now, we get to the most important part. If these people are silently influencing you, what can you do? Here are 4 powerful techniques to break their silent control. First is the clarification strike. This instantly shatters the uncertainty. You act before they do. You can say something like, I'm curious what you're thinking right now. Would you be willing to share with me? This question shatters silent control because it forces them to speak. Their silent weapon becomes ineffective. Second, the neutral presence. Don't respond to their silence with panic, apologies, or overthinking. Simply remain calm and emotionally neutral. The power of silent control comes from your panicked reaction. If you stop the reaction, the control ends. Third, the direct boundary. Set a clear boundary. Say, I feel uneasy when things aren't clear between us. I would appreciate it if you could be more specific. People who use silent control dislike openness. When they hit a clear boundary, they usually retreat. And fourth, the internal detachment. This is the most powerful method of all. You teach your brain that their silence has nothing to do with your value. Just because someone is silent, it doesn't mean you're worthless. It's just their communication strategy. God. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth that almost no one talks about. Not everyone who uses silent control is malicious. Some people just can't express their feelings well. They might fear conflict, have low self-esteem, or simply don't know how to have a difficult conversation. They might just be passive in their communication style. But regardless of the reason, the effect is the same. Silence is influential, and it shapes you. Silence is never neutral. It always carries a message. And often, that message is more powerful than words. After this video, someone's 1-second glance, their lack of a response, a slight delay, an expressionless face, or a silent pause will all start to tell you a story. Now, you can see where the control comes from, and what you've just seen, you could never pretend not to see again. Thanks for watching. If this opened your eyes, be sure to follow for more.